What's going on, guys? We are here at CES 2025 and we're hanging out with ASUS, and they have a ton of new motherboards as well as a bunch of other stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look.
ThinkComputers CES 2025 coverage is brought to you by Yiyan. They are your home for pre-built gaming PCs, fully customized rigs, high-end gaming monitors, and so much more. Be sure to visit us.yiyangaming.com to customize your gaming PC today. Now sit back and enjoy the video.
So here's what we've been waiting for, the RTX 5090. Now this is going to be a brand new series here from ASUS. This is their Astral series, and it's actually going to sit above ROG Strix in the product stack. So this essentially is going to be their flagship offering. Now this thing is heavy, like I'm holding this, and this is extremely heavy. Massive triple slot cooling solution here, and again triple fan as well. And as you can see, the fan blades here, so these are the axial fans that the outer ring is actually part of the blades, and you can go ahead and see all that. Looking at the side here, the Republic of Gamers. This is such a sleek and high-end looking card. And one thing about this card is that the actual shroud, a lot of graphics cards, this is going to be plastic. This is actually metal, full metal backplate on the back. And one thing you will notice about this is that we have a rear cooling fan on the back as well, and that is an axial tech fan as well. As you can see right in the center, we have the Astral. Just looks like such a high-end and premium card. Really great that ASUS is doing this, especially with the RTX 5090. So this is the RTX 5070 Ti, and this is ASUS's ROG Strix card. So this is going to give you a really good idea of what the ROG Strix is going to look like. You have this really, really nice design. Of course, you have that triple fan cooling solution here as well. Moving on to the side, of course, we have some really nice reflective here. GeForce RTX logo. Of course, we have our power connection. And right next to that, we do have some fan headers. So more on that in just a little bit. Right here on the back, we have a full cover metal backplate. Of course, we have the ROG Eye, which is really reflective and looks great. Pass through, of course, for your cooling there. A really great card looking, really good looking card overall. But what do you think here of the ROG Strix series from ASUS? Next, we have ASUS's TUF series, and this is an RTX 5090 as well. We all know the TUF series, but they have changed the design up a little bit. You will notice like the elements on the corners here are a bit different from the previous generation, but you are still going to get that triple fan cooling solution, which is going to look great. Some of the more industrial styling on the edge of the card here as well. Really nice to go ahead and see that. And of course, you're going to get a full cover metal backplate on this one with the nice TUF Gaming logo over here. But of course, this card is just going to have that more industrial styling, which I really like. Now moving down, ASUS is actually going to offer a Prime series when it comes to RTX 50 as well. So this is a 5070 Ti, but we all know the Prime series for being sort of that entry level, and that's what ASUS is doing here. So again, you still have a triple fan cooling solution here, a very nice cooling stack, and then on the back, you're going to have a full cover metal backplate on this one as well. But really nice to see the Prime series come to ASUS graphics cards. Starting out, we have the ProArt Z890 Creator Wi-Fi, and as you can see, it has this really, really nice ProArt aesthetic that we all know and love, that black and that gold. Now, one thing that's great about this board for creators is if we look at the rear I/O here, we're going to get two Thunderbolt 5 ports, which is great. Not Thunderbolt 4, Thunderbolt 5, which is just awesome there. One of my favorite things about the ProArt Z890 Creator Wi-Fi is that ASUS has finally made it so we can toollessly install all of our drives. They've always had toolless M.2 installation, but when it comes to the heat sinks, not all the time. So this gives you a completely toolless solution for both the M.2 drives as well as the heat sinks. Close that back up and you're good to go. ASUS is of course adding to their BTF line. So here we have their TUF Gaming B850 BTF Wi-Fi. What does BTF mean? That means that we have connections on the back of the board. All of the connections are on the back, so that gives you a really clean build. Now this will have a 14+2+1 power phase design, of course, ready for all of your AMD Ryzen 9000, 8000, and 7000 series AM5 processors. You also are going to get USB 3.2 Gen 2x2 right here on the rear I/O. And just to show you what you can do with an ASUS BTF motherboard, here is their BTF build with their BTF graphics card using that Tough Gaming B850 motherboard. You can see hardly any connections, just overall extremely clean. Now this is something that really caught my attention here at the ASUS booth. This is the ROG Rapture GE BE 19000 AI. That's a massive long product name, but this is their latest Wi-Fi 7 router, and it's the world's first NPU built-in AI gaming router. So having that NPU directly on the router itself, it allows ASUS to do all of that processing on the router as opposed to sending all your data out to the cloud. And with that, they're able to do things a lot more efficiently. So as you can see here, they can do their ad block and their tracker blocker on the router itself. Beyond just having the NPU, this is also going to have your normal CPU, but it's also going to have an MCU for very low power operation. So this actually makes it 46% more power efficient. So say you're gaming, it's going to use the NPU and the CPU for gaming, but say you're doing something very low power, maybe like a home ring alarm or something like that, that's all going to be done by the MCU and save you so much on power. So this is going to be available for $799 sometime in Q2 or Q3. When it comes to AIOs, ASUS has a brand new AIO, and as you can see, it has this crazy curved screen. So this is the ROG Ryu 4 SLC 360 ARGB, long product name, but of course the big thing here is going to be this curved display. So this is a 6.7-inch AMOLED curved screen, supports a 2K image at a 60 hertz refresh rate, and as you can see, there's some awesome stuff going on there. Of course, the AIO itself is going to be a 360 millimeter AIO, and we do get some pretty awesome RGB fans there as well. Finally, ASUS is going to have a white version of their Ryujin 360 ARGB Extreme. If you guys remember, they released this very recently, and it is designed specifically for Intel's Core Ultra processors. Newly designed fans here, and of course that awesome display, just available in white now.